Hello and welcome back to For You. I'm Reese.
I'm Nikki.
And today we're here for day 2 of our article, The Story Behind Sticky Notes. So yesterday we learned a bit about where sticky notes might have started and the scientist that invented them. Accidentally?
Doctor, no, not yet. Oh yeah, he was trying to make a tougher one.
Right.
But instead, he made a less tougher one.
Right, and he thought, I can use this, right? His name was...
Dr. Spencer Silver.
What a cool name. Spencer Silver. So Dr. Spencer Silver has invented this kind of sticky material, and he's like showing it to all of his colleagues at work. He's like, look at what I made. But he spent 5 years doing that.
Yeah, and none of his colleagues did anything about it either.
Maybe none of them saw the potential of his discovery. Well, hopefully today, Dr. Silver is going to be able to put his invention to good use. Spoiler alert, he will. Let's get into the article.
Reading.
The story behind sticky notes. Art Fry was another scientist at 3M. In his leisure time, he practiced singing with his church choir. He used little pieces of paper as bookmarks, so he knew which songs in his book to sing. However, the papers kept falling out of the book. He wished for something that could stick to the paper, but could be removed without causing damage. He thought back to Silver's discovery and had a great idea. He developed the product, which would later become the Post-it note, together with Silver. They used their new notes to put messages and locations around the office. Fry realized that they didn't just have a new kind of bookmark, they had a whole new means of communication. Post-it notes were made available across the U.S. in 1980. They are known for their specific yellow color. This is because they were first made with using yellow scrap paper from a lab next door. Sticky notes have been widely used ever since.
Today's article begins by introducing a new person in our story, also with an amazing name. Art Fry was another scientist at 3M. Remember, 3M is the company that Dr. Silver worked for. In his leisure time, he practiced singing with his church choir. What does that have to do with the story? Well, maybe we'll find out. Let's talk about this word leisure first. Leisure is a noun, or leisure if you're American. Leisure is the time when a person is not working. It's their free time. Leisure is nothing to do with work, studying, or feeling stressed. During leisure time, you can relax, chill, play games, watch movies. You can do whatever you like because it's your leisure time. Here's an example sentence. I spend my leisure time climbing mountains and bathing in hot springs.
So the last time we talked about Dr. Spencer Silver and his creation of a new kind of glue. And today we're talking about another scientist, Art Fry. 那课文呢，首先就跟我们介绍到另一位科学家 Art Fry， 而且呢，告诉我们说，在他的闲暇时间，他都会跟教会唱诗班的人一起唱歌。Leisure 是名词，意思就是空闲或者是闲暇。那 leisure time would be the time when you're not working or studying. It's your free time. I usually go to the gym and work out in my leisure time. What about you, Reese?
What do I do in my leisure time? Well, as the example said, I do like to go hiking. You know, for some people, hiking might feel like work, but for me, it's fun and relaxing. It's my leisure time.
And play with your cats.
I'll play with my cat. Maybe I'll play video games. Anything that takes my mind off work or study.
那再来 church choir 指的就是教堂的唱诗班。通常呢会有一群人站在最前面一起唱诗歌。I was in the choir before when I was in junior high, but I've never been to a church before. Reese, do you ever go to church or?
I don't go to church, but I have been in a choir. when I was in university in my freshman year, I joined the freshman choir competition. And we did pretty well. We came third out of all the departments in our university.
Is it like a cappella thing?
No, was it a cappella? No, yes, it was a cappella. It was a cappella. I think you could choose to have music, but we didn't. We went a cappella. It was really fun to sing in the choir with all my friends. Well, back to the article and more about our new character, Art Fry. He used little pieces of paper as bookmarks, so he knew which songs in his book to sing. However, the papers kept falling out of the book. I can see a connection here. So Art Fry has the paper and Dr. Silver has the glue. Let's see if they can make something together. Well, Art Fry used pieces of paper as bookmarks. I talked about this yesterday. A bookmark is a small piece of paper or card that you can put inside a book to help you remember which page you're up to.
那因为他在唱诗班嘛，所以他就可能有一些歌本要拿着看。那就是因为这样，他就需要有一些小张的纸来当做书签，他才知道说哪一首歌在哪边。那可是这些小张的纸呢，却一直掉下来。那 bookmark 是名词，指的就是书签。除了当实体书籍的书签之外 ，when we're using the internet, we can also bookmark a page or keep aside as a bookmark.
Right, so it can be a noun or a verb in these contexts. Yeah, bookmarks are super useful if you're reading a physical book. You know, you're not going to read it in one day, so you can use a bookmark to help you get back to the page that you were on when you stopped in your last reading session. Well, back to the article, more about Art Fry and his bookmark problem. He wished for something that could stick to the paper, but could be removed without causing damage. I think we have a solution. But first, let's talk about this verb, remove. The verb to remove means to take something away, to take something out of the position that it's in. It means to move something from the place that it was originally located. You might remove something because it's in the wrong place, or because it needs to be moved for whatever reason. Here's an example sentence that you might be familiar with. The teacher removed 2 students from the classroom because they were being too noisy.
好，这个时候呢，这个 Art Fry 这个scientist 他就在想啊，怎么办啊？这个纸一直掉下来，害我都找不到页数诶。于是呢，他就想说要找一个可以粘在书上的纸，可是这个纸啊，要是可以拿下来，不会去损坏纸张的。于是呢，我们就看到这个字 remove 是动词，意思就是移除或者是拿开。For example, if you don't park in a parking space, people might ask you to remove your car. 那接着课文说 He thought back to Silver's discovery and had a great idea. Think back to something 这个片语呢，意思就是顾名思义，就是说去回想起某个东西。He was like, wait a minute, didn't this guy invent a different kind of glue? He remembered something that happened in the past.
Right, so the important point here is that the glue that Dr. Silver invented is not like regular glue. Because regular glue, you know, when you use it, you stick something, that thing will stay there until you like rip it off, right? But if you rip it off, then the 2 parts might be ruined, especially if it's paper.
For a book, yeah.
Yeah, it would like tear the paper. But Dr. Silver's glue was designed so that it could easily come off and
Easily be removed.
And then maybe put on again.
Yes.
Right? Well, back to the article, it says, he developed the product which would later become the post-it note together with silver. This is a really nice story. 2 scientists have these ideas, they bring them together and make a product.
Yeah, and years later.
Yeah.
Not just once.
You hear so many stories in history about people who steal each other's inventions. I'm glad that they worked together. They created a product. The word product here is a noun, and it's something that is made to be sold. A product is something that you can buy, and it can really be anything. A car is a kind of product. And if you go to the supermarket and buy vegetables, those are products too. A product, however, is always physical. That means you can touch it, or sometimes digital. That means you can buy it online. A product is a thing that you can buy or a thing that is sold. Here's an example sentence. You can find many different kinds of products in convenience stores around Taiwan. We also saw this phrase, together with. If two things are together, they are together with each other. It's a phrase that explains that two or more things are together in the context of this situation. For example, I went to Tainan together with my friends from Taipei.
于是呢，这位科学家就跟 Dr. Spencer Silver 一起发明了这项产品，也就是我们现在在市面上所看到的便利贴。Product 是名词，指的就是产品或者是产物，也就是说这个东西呢是为了要拿出来要卖钱的。那如果我们说某个人或者是某件事情是很 productive, that means to have some positive results or to provide a large amount of something. For example, I'm very productive today. I finished all my assignments.
Good job, Nikki. Well, back to the article, it says they used their new notes to put messages in locations around the office. So they developed a product and now they have a use for it, and that use is very useful, and hopefully it's going to make them a lot of money. So the article said that they put messages in locations around the office. What is location? Well, it's a noun and it basically means a place. It means a particular place or position. We use this word to talk generally about places. It's non-specific, so really any place can be a location. If you ask somebody, what is your location, you're basically asking them, where are you? Here's an example sentence. This location is not suitable for camping. We should find somewhere else to stay.
那这两位科学家呢，就用他们新的发明到处贴在办公室。Location 是名词，指的就是地点或者是位置。It is a place, a position, or a spot. If you want your friends to know where you are, you can always share your location with them by using your phone or using Google Maps.
Very useful.
那要记得呢，它的介系词呢是要搭配 in. For example, the hotel is in a great location where you can see the entire city.
Yes, and this product was not just a fun thing to send messages to each other, it was something much more. The article explains Fry realized that they didn't just have a new kind of bookmark, they had a whole new means of communication. They had invented something really useful and really special. Let's talk about this word means, because I'm not sure you'll know what it means. The word means here is used in a different way to what you might be used to. It's a noun here and it means a way of doing something, a method. And this particular usage of the word is always in its plural form. The means of doing something is the action or system by which a result is achieved. Here's an example. I have no means of getting to Danshui. I've already missed the last train. That sentence means I have no way or method of getting to Danshui. Another example, we need to solve this problem by other means. That means we need to find another way or method to solve this problem. Here's an example sentence. Using these means, you might be able to finish the project sooner.
于是这位科学家 Fry 就意识到这个发明不仅仅是书签，它是一种新的沟通方式。Means 在这里是名词，意思是手段或是方法 ，a method or a way of achieving something。那要注意的，虽然它有加一个 s， 但是它不管是单数还是复数都要加 s 哦。那 if you say by all means, you mean that you're very willing for somebody to have something or do something. So for example, if I say, Reese, can I have all your money?
Oh.
And then he'll say,
By all means.
and then I'll be rich and have all his money.
Well, I'm not that rich, so you won't have much money.
好，再来 communication 是名词，它是从动词 communicate 变过来的。To communicate with someone is to share your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings, or information with someone. 所以它的名词 communication 指的就是沟通或是交流。For example, people say that good communication skills are the key to success in life or in relationships.
I agree. Good communication is so important. You don't want people to guess what you're thinking. Just tell them. Well, back to the article, and finally, we are at the thing that we recognize. Post-it notes were made available across the US in 1980. Wow, that's over 40 years ago. They are known for their specific yellow color. Yeah, when I think of post-it notes or sticky notes, yellow is the color that I think of. The word specific was used in the article, which is an adjective, and they used it to describe the yellow color. Specific means not general, clearly defined or identified. A thing or idea that has been narrowed down to be about just one particular thing. For example, you could say that you want to eat some Asian food. That's pretty general. To be more specific, you could say, I want to eat Japanese food or Korean food. Or you could be even more specific and say exactly what you want to eat. I want ramen or sushi. Going back to the article, a specific yellow color is a very particular kind of yellow that's different from other kinds of yellow. Here's an example sentence. I don't have a specific problem with Sally, I just don't like her.
那便利贴呢，大约是在1980年代的美国开始盛行，而且他们是以这种专有的黄色所出名的。Be known for 这个片语意思是某个人或者是某个东西是以某项特色所广为人知的。For example, 花莲 is known for its beautiful scenery. Specific 是形容词，指的就是专门的或者是特定的 something very clear and exact. For example, when I said to Reese, Oh, I want fast food for dinner today. He might ask me,
Is there anything specific or anything particular?
Or like, what do you have in mind? Then I'll say, maybe McDonald's Big Mac.
Right, so saying that you want fast food is quite general. If you want to be more specific, you can say exactly what you want. And I love a Big Mac too. Let's go to McDonald's. Well, back to the article, it says this is because they were first made with using yellow scrap paper from a lab next door. Sticky notes have been widely used ever since. Yes, I've been using sticky notes my entire life, especially during my school years, because they're a great way to help you remember things. So the article used the word scrap here, scrap paper. Scrap paper is paper that you don't really need anymore, maybe because it's already been used, but you can reuse it for other purposes. You won't use scrap paper to write an essay, but you might use it as like a reminder note or to make a paper airplane or something like that. The article also used the word lab, L-A-B. This word is short for laboratory or laboratory. It's a place where you do science experiments.
那便利贴之所以是黄色的，就是因为一开始他们是用隔壁实验室的废纸来用，那刚好这个废纸呢就是黄色的。Scrap 是名词，指的就是可以再利用的废纸或者是金属等等。所以 scrap paper 就有点像是我们平常会说的计算纸，有一面已经有印东西了，那另一面是空白的，就可以再被利用。那 lab 这个名词呢是 laboratory 的缩写，也就是实验室 a science lab.
Yeah, scrap paper is good to use because it means you're not creating as much waste. If you can use this piece of paper, it doesn't need to be fresh, then use it and save the fresh paper for next time. Well, that's the end of our 2-day article about sticky notes or post-it notes and where they come from. A very wholesome, happy story with a good ending for the scientists involved. Let's go to our For You Chat question now.
For You Chat.
Today's For You Chat question is a fun one. Nikki, what little problems do you have that you wish someone could make a solution for?
Okay, I get one. When I wear my glasses, because I'm nearsighted, right? When I eat noodles, it gets really
steamy.
Yeah. So that is a little problem.
Right, or like if it's really cold outside and then you go inside, do they get steamy?
Yeah, also.
Oh wow, that's
too.
See, I don't wear glasses.
So you don't have that problem.
I've never had this problem. That's an interesting problem. I wonder if somebody will make a pair of glasses that don't get steamy.
Steamy proof.
Wow, that's really interesting. You guys can think about this question too. Are there some small annoying problems in your life that you wish you could just fix like that?
Shout out to scientists out there.
Exactly. Maybe this could inspire you guys to pursue science as a career or job in your future. Well, that's all the time we have for now. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to use those sticky notes to help you remember things. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Leisure. These days, I work so many hours that I don't have the leisure to enjoy playing golf. Remove. Please remove all your food from the fridge so we can clean it. Product. Apple started as a computer company, but these days it makes other products, like watches and phones. Location. Our restaurant will move to a new location on the other side of town. Means. This computer can talk and understand speech, which gives blind people a means of using it. Specific. We can't just hire any actor for this part. There are very specific things that we're looking for, such as height and singing ability.
智慧小补帖
Choir. Bookmark. Communication. Scrap. Lab.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net